AxiomAcer versus Cascade. In the lower left hand side of the map we have the blue Zerg player from Axiom. It is Impact. And in the upper right hand corner we have our red Protoss player from Cascade. It's Adonminus. Hello everyone in the chat, how is everyone doing? Hello Crowtail. Hello, who's obviously cheering on Axiom fighting. Hello Glide as well, saying Cascade waiting. Who else is here? Who else are you guys cheering for? A little bit of discussion about what time it is all over the world as we get started onto this map, onto Overgrowth, and a Forge first here for Adonminus. So perhaps looking to try and maybe go for a bit of a cannon rush to start things off. But Impact, he scouts with his drone, he's going to see this, and he's immediately just going to pop down his spawning pool first to get ready to go into this. So yeah, this probe going to run over under this Overlord, and we'll start to put down a pylon here. So I mean, Impact shouldn't be too worried. I mean, that pool is already halfway done. There's a second pylon coming down. And how much is Adonminus going to commit to this? Some more drones being pulled just because, again, this is a little bit of a threat. There is a second probe coming. So it looks as though he really is taking this seriously. You know, he is really going to try and make this cannon rush happen. As 5 drones pulled, and he will be able to take down this first pylon without much of an issue. As we're going to see a cannon come up here. Yes, we are. And it's going to have only a little bit of surface area on it. So a well-placed cannon, as this cannon's going to come up over here as well. The drone's going to be pulled, and he's just going to try and take that down instead. As it looks as though, I think, with enough drones here, this is going to be turned around without much of an issue. So I think Adonminus maybe overcommitting to this. I mean, he probably could have given this up a little while ago. He's going to lose this pylon here as well. He's going to lose this cannon. You know, there's so many drones, he's just not going to be able to do anything. Finally cancels that final cannon, and we'll just be able to back it home. Go into his Nexus, but he'll also have to put down a cannon here, and he's also going to have to get a wall off up nice and quickly because we have Zerglings already heading across the map here for Impact. 2 Zerglings will be left behind to clean up this pylon on his natural, but the rest of them will head across the map and try and see if they can sneak on into this base and get a little bit of damage done and just be a little bit annoying here to get started. Alright, so these Lings going to be running into the main base here in a moment or two, and Adonminus has just got that pylon down in time to help him block off. This cannon's about to finish. Impact will not be able to get much done here, but back at home he's not too worried about that because he's already getting set up to go into a third base nice and quickly. So this game's going to even out a little bit, become a little bit more standard. 430 minerals lost so far for our Protoss player, and well, 430. Did he steal 430 minerals of mining time from them drones? Very questionable. I don't really think he did. So a little bit of a questionable start here as we have this probe popping down that side of the next corner. Just 6 Zerglings will just sit at the front here, so Adonminus is going to find it difficult to get out onto the map or anything really from this point, and Impact, he'll just be happy to drone up here for a while. He's got an Overlord actually already positioned on the ramp, and knows it's going to be a little while before a Stalker comes out, so he knows he's got a while to sit here before he has to move it away, and he's got another Overlord coming up into position on the right hand side, and with this he's going to be able to go straight into the main base and scout as well. So he's going to be able to get pretty much all the information he's going to need this game. As these first 6 Zerglings will begin to back off, they're not going to stick around and get caught by a Stalker or anything. Still gasless here for Impact, and we expect him to take his extra gases here in a few moments time most likely. Depends how many queens he wants to go up to, depends just how greedy he kind of wants to play. As this third hatchery finishes, we're going to see a third queen on the way out. Again, we'll just see when those gases comes down. It shouldn't be too far off now though for Impact. I mean, 6 minutes is standard. Of course, this is the game's kind of a little bit delayed because of the way in which we had a cannon rush at the start. So 6:30, I think that that probably accounts for a pretty standard time here for the gases. Let's go Axiom, says Crazy Clone 11, who said it's 7 AM over in Seattle. Liquid after this match, yes indeed, Michael 007. Unfortunately it will be from replays because they're playing at exactly the same time, and had I have known, I probably would have casted the Liquid Invasion match live, but that's sadly not the case, so we're going to do that from replays. I mean, if matches overlap, we've got to miss one of them, right? So it's just the way things are. Cascade says Daffy, but Axiom got this, he says just afterwards, as what has happened? Oh god. We back? Everything just, all my other windows just came up, and that was a little bit weird. Alright, so I want Crank Senpai to show up, says Unlimited Rage works. And if you guys talking about dishes, washing dishes as well, as that was the punishment last week for any of the Axiom players who did lose. Adonminus popping in here, popping down third base over here, and Impact does spot this nice and early on. His second speed's coming up to about halfway done. His Rotorworm going to finish here very shortly, and the Lair just starting as well. Remember, it was Impact who was the first to wash dishes last week, as he did lose against Igers in the first match against Root Gaming. So yeah, he's just taking some control of the map. Just gonna sit on this right hand side, watchtower right now. A robotics facility on the way up here as well from Adonminus, and yeah, not really too much else to say. 18 more links being made here, and I mean, Adonminus is just going to sit defensively for a little while. His Robo and Twilight are pretty late, I guess. Off the cannon rush is kind of expected. I guess they're not crazy late. I guess it's kind of standard, all things considered. It's just going to go into +2 and blink and look to hold on to this third base. And again, there is this first swell of Zerglings coming in for Impact. So he'll be looking to try and see maybe if he can shut down a couple of probes, or maybe just see if he can do anything, force a couple of force fields even. He's going to come straight in here, and the first 2 force fields are questionable. The third one does just about enough there to save the sentries, but one of them already getting very low, and a couple of probes having to be pulled back to the natural mineral line instead. As Adonminus starting to get his wall set up over here. Overseer starting to morph in. 11 roaches on the way as well as Burrow, so we could very well just be seeing Impact go for one big attack here in this game with Ling Roach, and maybe get Burrow movement as well for those roaches, get that Tunnel Claws up, see what you can maybe get up to. These Lings just looking around, seeing if they can spot anything, but nothing to really see, nothing to really kind of pick off here. 7 gateways being made in total for Adonminus, so he's going up to 10 gates, and this is definitely looking very much so as though he wants to just head into a big Blink Stalker roll in, and a couple more force fields will go down now. Sentries are all kept alive, I say, and yes they are. Okay, they're all just kept alive there. As a lot of roaches on the way, so I mean, Impact's going to have plenty of units to be able to deal with this, but is he going to have good enough units? I mean, pure roach on its own isn't really that great, even if you do have Burrow, even if you do have +1 and roach speed, so it's a little bit questionable. I guess it's going to be quite a while before he gets to that Burrow movement, so I mean, he really is just going to play mass roach right now. And he's moving out onto the map aggressively when, again, Adonminus is probably very soon going to be looking to move across the map with a ton of Blink Stalkers with +2 and look to try and end the game, because again, he's on 10 gateways, he's invested in the Wall Prism, and here he goes, starting to move out here. Some roaches will come in for a counterattack to the left, and this will be a little bit annoying here. Adonminus will probably just warp in, a round of Stalkers here, clean these up, and from there he'll be able to just come across the map and keep on pushing. Right now he'll know, though, that a lot of Impact Army isn't in position, and a wave of Zealots being warped in here. He's going to be able to take down this 4th base, no problem at all. Thought an overcharge actually used, and just the single gateway and a Stalker going down over here for now. So as a few more roaches pop out, they're going to get taken down. This Overseer also picked off, as Impact is going to lose his 4th base. As this Warp Prism needs to be very careful of those Queens. He does not want to lose his only kind of warping point at this point in the game. As there's a lot of sentries still with those force fields. Yes, a lot of force fields were used up earlier, but the sentries stayed alive, and that is the important part here. As Adonminus is going to start fighting, and where are those force fields? He's going to block those units off and just start fighting the units coming in from behind. Blinks backwards to get onto those a little bit more easily. Does he have an observer here? I don't know if he... Oh, he must. I can't see it though. Okay, there it is. It's mixed in with the army. As he's actually going to blink forwards onto the right-hand side. Another set of force fields to the bottom. And he's doing an okay job so far, but he's starting to run out of Blink Stalkers. He needs a few more, and again, maybe blinking aggressively forwards wasn't quite the way to go. As a few sentries are starting to die, and he's starting to run out of energy in general here. But the attack will continue, and again, maybe having to start blinking away, as Time Warp's going to come down now as well, as the Mothership Core has joined in the fight. Maybe needs another round of warpings, but these roaches are falling. Again, +2 on these Stalkers, and all of the Protoss units is really, really useful, and only +1 for Impact. His supply is dropping, some Stalkers being warped in right in front of these roaches, and this might be an aggressive blink forwards here. How confident is Adonminus feeling? A couple of roaches turn around a little bit before they maybe should, and Impact, I actually think he might be in a little bit of trouble, and he's pulling the drones, which sort of starts to confirm this as well. The Stalkers will just blink back a couple at a time. Warp Prism needs to be careful. He's going to warp in on top of the Queens, though, and that's not the way to do things, which means no more warping is going to come in from Adonminus, and that could very well be the difference now at this point. But is it going to be enough? Is it just too little too late here, as the new next wave of reinforcements are coming in all the way from the natural expansion of Adonminus? He's already doing a lot, though, here. He's already rivering down this roach count, and there's only a handful of roaches left, a couple of Queens left, another Warp Prism's on the way, but Adonminus will just move forwards here with these few units. Surprised he doesn't pick off these couple of overlords before backing off, but he's just going to get back to these reinforcements here and get ready to go once again. Maybe just wait for this warp prism to come across before he continues his attack. He's already done a lot. He's killed off a lot of drones there, which were pulled into the battle. And, well, let's see what happens as Adonminus is beginning to move forwards, gets ready to go once again. I mean, picking off the overlords isn't actually going to be that big of a deal in the long run here, I guess. As remember, there aren't any sentries with this anymore. Reinforcements are still walking across the map because there is no nearby pylon. And these few roaches, they're starting to trade pretty well against what is only a part of the army here, but aggressive blink forward with the rest of the stalkers. And honestly, it just looks as though Adonminus has way too much. GG is called an impact. He is going to be washing some dishes once again. As Cascade go 1-0 up again.